Hi, and welcome to this episode of John's Model Kit Review. In today's episode, we are looking at Fujimi's classic 1/48 scale Aichi D3A Val Dive Bomber. The Fujimi kit number is Q1-800. This kit comes with Fujimi's beautiful box art, and it's from a time period when Fujimi really was a major player in Japan's model making industry. In this review, we're going to be attempting to answer the question, with Hasegawa's newer D3A Val kit available, is this classic Fujimi kit still worth building? We're going to be taking a look at the built-up kit. We're also going to be looking through the instructions. We'll take a look at the detailing on the kit parts. We'll also take a look at the clear parts that are included in the kit. We'll talk about some areas that I modified for enhancement and any problem areas to watch out for as well. I built this kit a couple of years ago, and I think it really turned out nicely, especially given the age of the kit and the simplicity of the kit. Looking at the instructions, step 1 covers the cockpit floor and the interior. And there's a little bit of detail there, but it's more of a caricature of what is in the real aircraft than a very accurate scale replica. Not to worry, the clear parts on the kit are such that you really can't see much through that closed canopy. I would recommend just building it out of the box and at most throwing some seat belts at the seats. There's just not going to be much visible through the kit canopy. Step 2 covers building the engine, and it's a pretty simple unit here. Taking a look through the engine cowling, what you can see looks really decent. Now this is detail painting heavy, so you're going to have to paint a little bit and pick out some details. Step 3 just covers the propeller. Step 4 is the front engine cowling. Looking at these areas on the finished kit, I had no difficulty. Everything really did look nice in the end. Moving on to step 5, it is trapping the interior in the fuselage halves. As you can see here, this is a standard kit part. There's almost no detail. So I spent a good amount of time putting stringers in, putting detail in. About the only thing that is visible is a map case that I added to the left sidewall in the rear gunner's compartment. Moving on to step 6, it covers installing the wing, the tail planes, the canopy, the engine, and the front engine cowl. And there were really no issues fit-wise with installing these parts. Everything went together well. Step 7 just covers installing the prop, the landing gear, the oil cooler intake under the engine. It also covers the outer wing bombs and some other detail parts. One of the things that I did to modify the kit parts was to angle the front of the oil cooler intakes, and I saw this on the real plane and on the Hasegawa kit as well. You can see I made sure that the exhaust tips were hollowed out. Step 8 just covers the dive brakes and the installation of the centerline bomb. I also boxed in the rear of the fins on the bombs with a very thin piece of strip steering. The second part of step 8 covers the lowered dive brakes, and it also covers the trapeze release mechanism if you want to pose the centerline bomb as it's being released. Moving on to the color and marking guides, the kit instructions have several planes called out here, and you have a profile view of those. You have some generic decal placement guides up above those. A nice touch is a color plan view and profile view of 3 of the decal marking options in this kit. I modeled an aircraft that flew from the Shikaku during the Pearl Harbor raids. My only lament on building this kit is that I did not replace these with aftermarket decals. I would highly suggest, if you get this kit and you do build it, invest a little bit of money in an aftermarket decal sheet. They're not going to yellow as quickly. Mine started to yellow almost as soon as I put them on the model. Looking at the surface detail on the kit, I'm going to stop right here and just say this is the finest rivet detail I've ever seen on any model kit ever. It's accurate in that it's raised rivet detail. It is extremely petite, and it's so petite I have trouble focusing on it with the camera that I have, which is a good camera. There's a mix of engraved panel lines as well, and those are pretty consistent over the kit. They're not overdone. The surface detailing, even the fabric detailing on the ailerons and on the tail planes, everything looks very, very nice. The exterior of this kit finished really well. In conclusion, man, I had a lot of fun building this kit. I really had fun updating it and accurizing it and really trying to build the best model that I could with it. The very petite raised detail means that you need to be careful around seams when you're sanding seams. It's very easy to just completely destroy that raised rivet detail. The exterior detailing on the kit is really world class. It's very nice and it looks good under a coat of paint. The kit looks good on the shelf. Some areas where this kit really does show its age, the clear parts are thick. You really can see very little of the interior through those clear parts. And maybe that's not a bad thing since the interior on this kit is so basic and almost toy-like. The cockpit canopy can only be posed accurately in the fully closed position. If you do an aftermarket canopy, I would recommend an aftermarket interior as well. The decals themselves, just due to the age of those decals, they did not hold up well. I had lots of issues getting these to work, and I had to kind of mix and match some decals from other kits just to get a completed model. I would actually recommend this kit for beginners, somebody looking to get into the hobby. It's a very easy build, and even though it's not the latest and greatest, I did enjoy my time building this kit. If you only build the latest and greatest and you want the most accurate model of a D3A, I would say go with the newer Hasegawa kit. Really the only downside of the Hasegawa kit in comparison to this kit is that the Hasegawa kit does not have the rivet detail. But detail-wise, clear parts-wise, decals-wise, the Hasegawa kit is a superior kit to this one. Well, I'd love to know what you guys think. If any of you have built this Fujimi Val previously and want to comment, please feel free to do so in the comment section below. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and until next time, model on.